Sometimes your calling comes in dream. Sometimes it comes in the Spirit's breeze. Yeah, you reach for the deepest hope in me and call out for the things of eternity. But I'm a man of dust and stains. You move in me so I can say, an offering. Here I am, Lord, send me. Somehow my story is a part of your plan. Here I am. When setbacks and failures and upset plans test my faith and leave me with empty hands. Are you not the closest when it's hardest to stand? I know that you will finish what you began. And these broken parts you redeem become the song that I can sing. Here I am, Lord, send me all of my life. I make an offering. Here I am, Lord, send me. Somehow my story is a part of your plan. Here I am. Send me. I wanna live my life as an offering. Here I am, Lord, send me. Somehow my story is part of your plan. So here I am. Here I am. All my life an offering to you. Somehow my story is a part of your plan. Here I am.
Patriotism is generally defined by our brave men and women who secure our freedom and the rights, responsibilities, and privileges associated with it by serving their duty through one of the branches of our military. This past week, however, patriotism can also be defined by a small village and the surrounding communities in Michigan. Middleville, Michigan was the site of an emotional and overwhelming display of respect and compassion for one of our sons, a patriot who lost his life defending the country that he loved and serving the God that he worshiped. Corporal Nicholas Ryan Roush, a 22-year-old Middleville native, was killed by an IED in Afghanistan on Sunday, August 16, 2009. Nicky, as we locals called him, wanted his celebration service to be in the church that he recently became a member of and his burial to be in our local cemetery. The Army brought Nicky home to us on Friday, August 21st. Nicky's friends arranged for a procession from Gerald R. Ford International Airport south to the village of Middleville. Several local fire departments, the county sheriff's department, the state police, local veterans, currently enlisted service personnel, and hundreds of motorcyclists guided Nicky to the First Baptist Church of Middleville with honor. The family had asked those who wished to pay respect to line the streets on the route to the church. The turnout was enormous. For approximately an 8-mile stretch, Americans who were either family, friends, or community members lined the route with flags waving and arms raised in salute to a man who understood what liberty for all meant. The outpouring for Nikki's visitation was just as remarkable, with nearly 1,000 people showing up on the first night. Nikki's celebration service and interment were today. The service started at 11 a.m. and concluded a little after 1:30. The sanctuary was filled to capacity, and the overflow was seated in 2 gymnasiums which had a direct audio-video feed to the service. The military elite that came to honor one of their own was generous. Service personnel who didn't even know Nikki came from all over West Michigan. A New York family whose son is currently stationed in Afghanistan felt compelled to make the trip to honor Nikki. It felt like we were in the presence of someone great. We were. Our Nikki, who loved us all so much, he's willing to pay the ultimate price to protect us. The time went by quickly, and the message was clear. Nikki knew God had directed him to serve, and he was willing to make whatever sacrifice was necessary to do so. He had a passion for Monica, the car he had restored, and sharing his faith, actually living his faith. His grandfather, his brother, his pastor, his youth pastor, and his sergeant spoke of his passions, his compassion, his humor, his attention to detail, his accomplishments, and his bravery. As we exited the service, the Wings of Mercy did a flyby in the missing man formation. The local school system provided 11 buses to take our group to the cemetery. The local law enforcement and fire department once again stepped forward to block off traffic and make our path clear. As we pulled from the church parking lot onto the street, it was evident that our community was not finished showing their respect to Nikki. They again lined the streets all the way to the cemetery, with flags waving and hands over their heads in tribute to this young man. Our bus was quiet. We were all speechless at this continued display of honor. Nikki's grandfather spoke at the interment. There was a full military burial with a 21-gun salute. 3 Army helicopters flew over, and the soldiers folded the flag in their time-honored tradition and gave it to Nikki's grieving mother. I then noticed stillness in the air, absolute silence, and a single bird hovering over the group huddled around the burial site. It was almost as if someone, maybe a greater power, was watching us all in approval and letting us know that Nikki was okay. This last week, patriotism was defined by hundreds of small-town folks showing support and respect to a brave soldier and his family. Maybe it would be appropriate for the topic of the national news to be about times like these, moments rarely seen but forever etched in our minds and hearts of those privileged enough to participate. Patriotism rings loud and clear in Middleville, Michigan.
I will still be here as long as you hold me in your memory. Remember when your dreams have ended, time can be transcended. Just remember me. I am the one star that keeps burning so brightly. It is the last light to fade into the rising sun. I'm with you whenever you tell my story.
for I'm all I've done. Remember, I will still be here as long as you hold me in your memory. Remember me. I am that warm voice in the cold wind that whispers, and if you listen, you'll hear me call across the sky. As long as I still can reach out and touch you, that